Christmas in the ambulance service is like any other day on the calendar, except busier.
It's tough. It's really tough.
You still get your calls. People don't stop ringing 999 just because the turkey's on the table and they're opening presents.
Crisps.
Christmas.
Crisps. I was like, what?
Christmas in the ambulance service is fun, entertaining, busy, and frustrating.
People get sick, people get the flu, people fall over. There's no difference, only that their houses are decorated and they have Christmas trees.
I've had a couple of Christmases off. Likewise, I've worked a lot of Christmases.
I've had lots of Christmases on duty.
I've never worked Christmas Day, I've worked Christmas Eve. It's a very busy time, but every day in the ambulance service is a busy day.
I haven't worked Christmas yet, but I'm due to work it this year. I'm working Christmas night, so that should be interesting. I'm hoping for a quiet and festive one.
You brace yourself working for the first one, and then you realise it's actually not too bad, you know? Yeah.
Christmas Day can be a mix.
Christmas is kind of a funny time of year here because some people's Christmas days don't go according to plan and they get to meet us.
I suppose around the time of year you do have bad weather and people tend to travel to relations on the day, and unfortunately accidents do occur and we still need it.
People eat too much, drink too much, and then they call us.
Christmas does not segregate the sick or the injured. If you've got a family member suffering from cancer, a family member may be depressed or suicidal, Christmas is often no different to them. In actual fact, Christmas can often be worse.
Christmas Day can be a tough one. It's mostly those emotional calls you get.
Usually in the mornings, kind of up around lunchtime, it's usually kids getting stuff wrong, falling, breaking bones, getting burnt, because there's a lot of activity in a lot of houses.
Obviously there's a lot of alcohol consumed in the Christmas period. Families meet up and haven't seen each other for over a year, and somebody says something they maybe shouldn't have said. So there are quite a few domestics.
We get suicides, we get heart attacks. There's a death on Christmas Day is a difficult one.
It's different going into a house full of Christmas decorations and there's somebody genuinely sick.
We get lots of elderly patients Christmas Day, so there's grannies and granddads, and they're there with their kids and their grandkids and maybe great-grandkids. So you could walk into a house where normally someone would be sick and there's 2 or 3 people in the house. Now you could walk into a house at lunchtime on Christmas Day and with 25 people in the house, and can be a little bit chaotic.
So you'll have, the parents will be there getting the dinner ready, and they'll have all the pots will be going, and the child might pull on it, or they'll fall off the bike, or they've got new toys and someone's got injured with one.
You get the kids who go up on their new skateboards and their scooters, fall over, crack their heads, break their arms, all that kind of stuff, and end up in A&E.
We have attended Christmas Day where there's been fights, where there's been assaults, where there's been depression, where there's self-harm. So when I entered the service first, I found that quite alarming, because my vision of Christmas pre-ambulance service was never that.
On Christmas, we'll go into people's homes who are enjoying the festivities. They're in a warm home, they've got their Christmas clothes on, there's plenty of food around and places overflowing with toys. Likewise, we enter people's homes and people who cannot afford to celebrate Christmas. So we see the other side of it, where we're going to homes where people who are sick or maybe injured, who could not afford the festivities of a Christmas tree, Christmas decorations.
A lot of people, it's quite a depressing time. There's a lot of lonesome, a lot of depression. Someone might have lost a family member during the year, so that first Christmas on their own or away from them can be quite daunting.
We see every side of Christmas,
And then it's nice at the end of the shift to go home and spend a bit of time with the family and things,
You kind of don't know what you're facing into, and at the end of the day, you're very glad to be going home to your family.
Christmas is probably a tough time in the ambulance service, because a lot of people want time off. People want to be with their families,
It's difficult because like that, if you're here for a 12-hour day, you've missed Santa arriving, you've missed the Christmas dinner, you've missed the best parts of the day.
and you're putting on your uniform, you're getting into the car, you're driving into work at 7:45 in the morning, and you're checking the ambulance, and we try and have as much of a festive atmosphere in the base as we can, but generally halfway through checking the ambulance, the radio goes off and there's a call and you're gone, and it just becomes like another day, except it's Christmas Day.
Like every shift, you look at who you're on duty with. So it's grand when you're on with your own partner, but who are the other crews on? Because you know what kind of a day you're going to have, depending on what crews are on.
In the base, we try to make it festive, but we don't get a chance really. It's too busy.
In this base, it's quite good. There's a bit of effort put into making the place feel a bit festive. It's always hard to be away from your family at Christmas, and I'm a real Christmas person.
We've had nice quiet mornings where we've had a little bit of time to just spend and socialise among ourselves and have breakfast in the base.
In Cork City, what we've tried to do any of the years I've worked is we try and sit down together if at all possible. We try and cook some stuff in the station and sit down if it's at all possible.
We do a Christmas breakfast that morning where our officer comes in and he'll do a big fry up for everybody, and it's quite a nice way to start the day.
Being the chef and I suppose being on with Imelda and the two of us kind of interested in cooking and things like that, we'd have been nearly nominated most years for peeling the spuds and sticking them on.
Particularly difficult for people with young children who may be on a night shift and may end up finishing late the next morning, and the family all gather around waiting to go into whatever room Santa's left all the gifts.
There's a very good ethos in the base of people helping each other out, you know, staying on for an hour on a night shift into Christmas Day, or staying late, or just to facilitate home life, which is wonderful.
We normally look after each other and try and rotate, so if anyone lives near enough to the base, you know, I'll cover the next few calls where they can go home and see the kids and maybe have a chance to have a bite to eat.
I have to say, this Christmas Eve working, it was a good Christmas. You come in, they really are your work family. Everyone's here together.
There's always roses around, which is great. Lots of cooked goods and everything. Not good for the waistline, but good for morale.
If you're on the RV, if you're in a quiet station that's rural, you don't live there, it's whatever you can get your hands on. So you have to bring the dinner in, maybe get the Christmas dinner cooked on Christmas Eve, and bring it in with the old cling film over and heat it up in the microwave, and that's it. Pull the Christmas cracker by yourself. That sounds extremely inappropriate after I said it.
Obviously, people can be a bit more merrier or whatever, but to us, it's like it's our Christmas Day too. So we'd like it just to be a fun day.
A lot of my colleagues will organise Christmas dinners, and we'll all wear Christmas hats, ties, jackets, jumpers, singing Christmas carols in the ambulance and playing music and saying ho ho to everybody as you pass in an ambulance. It's a fun day.
Yeah, there is a bit of fun side to it, there definitely is. But when you walk out, get into your ambulance, professional face goes on.
Even when you turn up to the A&Es, everyone has very good Christmas Day. Everybody is, you know, aware that everyone else is on duty, and you're always, you know, giving each other an extra hug or whatever is needed on Christmas Day just to get through the day.
I have memories of going into houses on Christmas Day, and it's quite an upsetting, challenging situation, and yet there are still people wishing you Merry Christmas and thanking you for working on the day.